beginner to the professional, from the novice to the master, from playing and experimenting with things to create a masterpiece. These are all the elements of art, and the art on this show is sound. Hi, I'm L.V. Smith, host of the show Sounds Within. I love to be eclectic in my sounds. Not to say that everybody does one thing and stay true to that. Well, I'm true to sound, and sound is very, very broad. And sound can just motivate you, drive you crazy, but hey, I love to pursue sound, which makes me feel good. And I cannot think of a better way to bring Kenny Williams and Papermoon Gypsys here. Welcome to Sounds Within.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, God, found the guy off a chat with Doug Deutsch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we got to get to you now. What makes Kenny Kenny?
Oh, boy. Depends on who you ask, right? I think everything in my life has made me to this day, and I keep changing. So the better me, though, is nowadays, because of my great wife and my stepdaughter, who used to sing with us, and she filled her shoes very nicely, by the way, because I was a little prejudiced.
It's okay. It's okay to be
my-
prejudiced.
have my-
It's not,
have my
you,
daughter.
you're not bigoted, man. You
No,
just
no.
you have that bias towards.
No, but I was, what makes me is everything around me, you know, especially music, though. I grew up with jazz around me and that sort of thing. My dad played in Les Brown's Band of Renown.
No.
Yeah, so I constantly had music and pot in the air.
Kenny, did you give him my name?
Yes.
Hi, Wayne.
Dang it!
Okay.
Franklin.
And here we have, sitting on those skins with a big grin, Wayne on drums.
That's right.
Okay, Wayne, what makes Wayne Wayne?
Just the ability to love. I think love is through music, through people, through God. It's definitely one of those things where if I'm able to love through whether it's my music or just playing drums and being around people, that's what makes Wayne Wayne.
I mean, you also like to have this gift to make people laugh.
Oh, absolutely. We, being able to enjoy what you do and enjoy every day because you never know when it's going to end. So, as a young gentleman, I just want to make sure that I can bring light to a room.
You got it. And on the other guitar, we have Brother Don here.
Hi, how are you?
I'm grateful to be able another day, but we're going to focus on you. What makes Don Don?
Well, kind of like what Kenny was saying, it's all of life's experiences from the minute you come into this world and all of the good and the bad, everything that happens to you, the decisions, good and bad, that you make, all shape who you eventually will be. And hopefully there's a lot of good decisions along the way that will transform you into a pretty decent human being when it's all said and done.
That's deep. Now I'm standing next to the guy who made me want to quit playing bass. That's Mark here. I just bought an amp with your name on it.
Thank you. It's very nice.
Okay, Mark, what makes Mark Mark?
I would say along with these guys, just the influences around me. I'd say for me personally, it's becoming a Christian and learning to use music to give back. It helps center me, it helps balance, and I feel like I'm using the gifts he gave me to give back, to move on, to give to others, and that's kind of the way, it humbles me. I think it allows me to, have balance.
Balance is missing a lot. Especially, it's good to hear people of faith talking about truly giving back and being balanced.
Yeah, it's made a big difference in my life and just the way I lead it and how I carry myself. And so others are aware. And I think people are more open to you. And so it feels good.
Living the faith.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
Now, with the pinnacle of the band, Miss Maria here. Great lungs.
Thank you.
Now, what makes Maria Maria?
What makes me me, I would say, is my faith in Jesus Christ. I can walk every day knowing I'm a daughter of the King, and it gives me confidence to do everything that He's called me to do.
Amen to
Yeah.
that. Here I'm standing next to Walter, the big surprise, who brought his horn to join the band. And you play a variety of horns. That's great.
Thank
Okay, Walter. What makes Walter Walter?
Kind of have to go along with what everyone else is saying. I was blessed with a loving mother and father and brother, and now I have a wonderful wife and children. So it makes living worthwhile.
And a great band, too.
Yes, that always helps. I love playing good music with great musicians.
Okay, I'm going to have fun now. I'm going to work my way backwards. We're going to go back to someone's favorite question. I want you to dig back in your memory banks and think, what was the very first sound you ever remember hearing?
Probably my mother singing and playing piano. I tried piano, it didn't work, so that's why.
You're not alone. With the boss man here. Oh, yeah,
I
Kenny.
don't like that title.
Well, in a positive sense.
Okay.
Very positive. Big boss man. That's a good song. Okay, moving on to you. Okay, what was the very first sound you ever remember hearing?
Well, we talked earlier, but I started thinking about it, and that really the first sound that I can really hear clearly in my mind is my aunt playing the piano. I know you wanted the controversial answer.
It's not controversial.
Well, you know, I had a rough childhood, so I heard a lot of smacking around and stuff like that. But the beautiful thing that I remember is my aunt playing piano as a teenager. And I had a guitar next to the piano. I didn't know it at the time, but my grandmother had bought it for me. And I used to look at that guitar, just go, man, how come nobody plays that thing? I don't even know what it sounds like. And finally one day my grandmother said, oh, that's yours. I was about 5 or 6. Started messing around with it probably by 7. I could do something on it.
Great answer. He went into my third question, so I'm going to cut and paste that. But that's cool. I'm going to fix it. Okay, Maria, what was the very first sound you ever remember hearing? The very first sound.
So this one was hard for me to think of as I'm listening to everyone else give their answers. But finally, what came to my mind is my grandfather's voice. He is from Germany and has this super thick German accent. And I just remember as a little girl, he would sing to us and talk to us, and we really couldn't understand him half the time.
I thought you were bilingual.
No, I'm not bilingual. But yeah, it brings back so many joyful memories for me with my grandfather. So.
It's great to have a great grandfather
It
that
is.
truly loved you.
Yes.
Okay, Mark, since you hold the bottom, we might as well find out what was the very first sound you ever remember hearing.
I went over this too a couple times, and then it clicked, and it sounds weird now because it's nothing musical. Well, maybe it was.
No, it's not supposed
But I woke up in the morning, I remember when I was a little kid, and I would hear the pigeons cooing outside my window. And there was just something about that no matter what had happened the day before, it felt like it was a chance to have a good day. It was just peaceful. And, you know, I'd get up with a smile just as a result of hearing that. Maybe just the nature. But like I said, it just made me feel like, okay, I'm going to start this day off good. We'll see what happens, but, you know.
Besides cleaning the car, but otherwise it's a great start. Okay, Don, what was the very first sound you ever remember hearing?
Probably the first thing I can recollect at this point anymore. As we get older, it's hard to remember how far back things go, but probably my mom in the kitchen is cooking. And I just remember the sounds of food, which is always dear to our heart. And I remember that, and I was kind of mischievous, so maybe the first thing might have been more like the first word I probably ever heard was no. I'm thinking, but somehow I don't remember anymore.
You can be my first follow-up question on that one answer. Could you tell the sound what was going to be on the menu when you heard those sounds?
Oh, I could only hope now what it would be, but back then, anything warm and good. There's something on the plate. I was happy.
And delicious. I
Yes,
know it
very
was.
much.
Yeah. Now you have to bring the glasses out. Look at that. Okay, moving on. Hi, Wayne.
How are you?
No, I'm doing great, but this is your chance for me to ask the question. Now, I want you to dig back far as you can in that brain of yours and find out what was the very first sound you ever remember hearing?
I remember hearing just the laughter of my family. We may have fought, but we always laughed. And that was definitely, I think, probably what led me down the path of being kind of a jokester. But definitely laughter is something that I always remember going back and hearing.
We need more laughter, folks, in this world. I'm going to be upfront. We need more laughter.
That's right, yeah. Taking things serious is one thing, but being able to take a step back and laugh through a situation is not only healthy for ourselves, but healthy for each other.
Amen to that. I think we need to hear something from you, Kenny. And so what are you going to offer us for a song?
For our first song, it's a song I wrote called It's Complicated. And I got that from Facebook when people write on their relationships, it's complicated, so they can try to get over on people. So I thought I'd write a song and make my daughter sing it.
Wonderful.
On our first album.
That's great. So let's hear It's Complicated with Papermoon Gypsys, folks.
Since I was 17, you made me laugh, did the craziest thing. Everything you did was so damn perfect. That don't mean nothing to me. They might say you're overcompensating. It's complicated. You open doors, buy me diamond rings. It's last for your birthday, baby, but that love chemistry. Everything you did was so damn perfect. That don't mean nothing to me. They might say you're overcompensating. It's complicated. You wrote me letters that sometimes make me cry. Tears on the doorstep when I heard him say goodbye. Everything you did was so damn perfect. That don't mean nothing to me. They might say you're overcompensating. It's complicated. I hear your voice on the telephone. It's not the same, baby, when you're on your own. It's complicated.
We are the Papermoon Gypsys, and you are watching Sounds Within.
Hey, I'm David Hale from Blind Lemon Peel, and you never know what's going on behind the curtains.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it,
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got, or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
You were watching the Now Man Show.
We are the Papermoon Gypsys, and you are watching Sounds Within.
Papermoon Gypsy doing It's Complicated. Now I'm gonna focus here. Yeah. Woo-hoo. Now, Kenny, we're gonna find out more about the band. And since you pretty much organize a lot of this thing going on, I'm gonna focus mainly on you. Now, how did this band come together?
Oh, well, it was many incarnations. Walter works at my store, and I love him, and I love the way he plays, and I was thinking, might be interesting to put a horn in there. We'll start with 2 horns, but the other guy couldn't read. Might want to cut that. He might watch this.
Too
So
late.
I love him and dearly. He comes to all the jams and sits in and plays, but we needed somebody that could kind of follow along, and Walter writes and reads. Maria I met in church, and we played in church for...
Now, what church?
Well, we play a bunch of churches, but First Love Church, yeah, okay. And we also play at Camp Pendleton for the troops. So I loved her voice. I was going through singers because I didn't like any of them. And I loved her voice. Said, hey, you want to do something other than worship music? Let's try this. Although the last song we did is sort of a worship song that she wrote. And we love that song, so we wanted to present it tonight. Wayne also plays with us too sometimes, and as does Mark. So I kind of found everybody in the Camp Pendleton church thing. Don's a really good friend. Him and I have known each other a bunch of years, and whenever there's no keyboards or something, I grab him and I put him in the keyboard spot because he's a great rhythm guitar player and a great lead player too, but unfortunately I'm kind of a hog on the leads in the band.
They do it very well, I might add. Now, who are some of your mentors who inspire you?
Well, when I was growing up, there wasn't a whole lot at first. It was mostly folk music, and I never liked that. I couldn't stand Joan Baez or Bob Dylan. I love them today. I can appreciate them today because I'm a songwriter and I love the words. But what I listened to was Coltrane because I thought, oh my God, he puts an electric guitar to that and you're somebody. So I would listen to that incessantly. And then, my father was in Les Brown's band around. They traveled all over the world. So before the Beatles came to the United States, I actually had the album. Yeah, so that and Dave Clark 5. So I wore those albums out. And I was probably about 8 years old and trying to play it on the guitar, and it wasn't working at all. Then they came out with the Beatle books eventually. And it just showed you the chords. But that was good enough for me. I could only do that anyway. And but every week it was somebody new. It was, and they're all influences on me, like Santana, Led Zeppelin. Jeff Beck. Every time I hear a guitar player and I like something, and that still goes for me today. I still will beg Joe Bonamassa every time I meet him again. I've met him about 5 times. Please give me a lesson. Because you can never stop learning. I'm always a student of the guitar, and I will never stop being a student of the guitar. I never think I'm good enough in what I do. I studied with Will Ray, Jennifer Batten, and people like that. But
And he says,
but that doesn't make me anybody. Those guys are great. I just try to steal as much as I can off them.
You're coining out your own sound. You sound quite good.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, now, do you mentor or collaborate with other musicians outside of your circle?
I do. Her and I collaborate together. We're going to start doing more collaborations. Actually, the whole band worked on this song together, to kind of straighten it out from church to rock and roll. And I teach a lot. I own a music store, so I teach music to kids.
Okay.
So
Well,
I
now
have
that
a
we're
lot
going
of
to...
kids and adults. Yes.
So where is your store, just out of curiosity?
It's in Dana Point, and oddly enough, I was named after the store. It's called Kenny's Music.
Oh, that'll work. Okay.
But yeah, we're in Dana Point. We actually have a statue in front of the store. If anybody goes by there, you'll know it's us because there's a statue there that was done by Cherie Curry of the Runaways.
Oh, the Runaways.
The Runaways. She's a chainsaw artist also.
Wow.
And she's a friend of mine, so we worked out something, and it's a tribute to her drummer who died of cancer, Sandy West. So there's a big memorial there with her original drumsticks in it and everything. Yeah, it was really, really nice of her to do that for us.
Great. Let's hear another song. What are you going to offer us?
Okay, it's another lovely song about abused women. It's called Have You Ever Found a Reason? And it's a slow blues, and it's about how sometimes women stay a little too long. Because even though at the very end she goes, I'm going to leave you when I can't I forget the words now, even though I wrote it, but it's after I'm done with your lying, cheating, all that, because a lot of times women don't get tired of it and they just keep coming back. So it's kind of another song I made my daughter sing, so she'd remember that idea.
You made her and she left you. Huh?
She left me cold. Yeah, she's finishing college. Yeah, so.
Good cause.
Maria's our permanent singer. She's done with singing for now. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. So we're going to hear Have You Ever Found a Reason?
We are the Papermoon Gypsys, and this is Have You Ever Found a Reason? Why you gotta keep treating me so bad? Have you ever found a reason, baby? Why you gotta keep treating me so bad? I spent half my life loving you, and the other half going mad. Have you ever seen me worry, baby? Sometimes I cry myself to sleep at night. Have you ever seen me worry, baby? No. Sometimes I cry myself to sleep at night. Can't stop what you're doing. No. down and dirty dog. Have you ever found a reason, baby, why you gotta treat me like a low down dirty dog? You know someday I'm gonna leave you. Oh, the day I don't need your low down, no good, rotten, dirty, cheating
We are the Papermoon Gypsys, and you are watching Sounds Within.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Michelle Leclerc, and you're watching Anybody Can Play Guitar. That's all that matters.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
Hey, it's Amin L. And Thursday night is live with Jeff Hodge. Come on down and check him out.
We are the Papermoon Gypsys, and you are watching Sounds Within.
Have you ever found the reason with the Papermoon Gypsys doing Have You Found a Reason? That was heart-rending there. Well, getting tongue-tied. But we have this demon called time. Time waits for no one. It just takes everything away, regardless. We're going to have words of wisdom. Hit hard with that. So there's your camera. It's going to be right out there.
Okay.
Okay, Kenny. What words of wisdom do you have for the future Kenny Williams?
Don't do what I do. No, study hard. Be humble, like everybody says, because there's always somebody around the block who can outdo you, But it's like B.B. King said. He tried to be, Charlie Christian for years. And then one day he looked in the mirror and said, man, I just got to get with B.B. King because I'm doing that really good and getting paid for it. So, therefore, be yourself. Because if yourself isn't good enough, you probably didn't study enough.
Accept thyself, huh?
Yeah, accept thyself. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and love God. And and by the way, be nice to people you don't like.
That's a tough one, but
That's
it's real.
a hard one.
It's real.
Something I say at the end
Very
of my
real.
radio show every week.
And you do radio.
Yes.
We'll talk about another time. You're
Yeah.
coming back.
Okay.
Okay.
I'd love to.
Oh, that smile's like the sun coming every day. Okay, Maria, there are future Marias out there who would like to be like you. What words of wisdom can offer them?
I would say don't give up, love much, forgive much, and always be teachable.
An onward journey.
Yes.
All right, Don, words of wisdom for the future Dons to be on that axe.
Be persistent, take your time, and learn slowly. Don't be in a big rush. Be patient with yourself and be true to yourself and who you're going to be, because who you are when you start is certainly not where you're going to be when you study for a while and you get better and more proficient in your instrument. So just be persistent, be humble, be kind, try to be happy in life.
Hey, I'm going to play back that suggestion loop all the way through. I could follow that one alone. Okay, Mark, what words of wisdom for the future guys who are going to play at the bottom end can you offer?
I would say one of the biggest things to me is love yourself. Be good to yourself so that outwardly you show others and it's welcoming, and it gives you an opportunity when you're asked to help others. I don't like to force my views on anyone, but I feel like if I'm honest, true to myself, then people will want to learn from me. And as well, everyone I speak to, I learn from. And so it's just a constant giving, and you receive from that.
Gee, I wish I would have followed that. At least I could begin it. Read the word, the sound, but what words of wisdom do you have for the future Walters on horn?
I'd say respect yourself, respect the people you run into. You can learn something from everyone you meet, and hang in there, keep trying.
Keep trying. That is a challenge, but I'm going to do it.
All right.
All right, Wayne. You would like to be a John Wayne. But, Wayne, what words of wisdom can you offer for the future Waynes of the world?
Always surround yourself with people who make you better. I think that's surrounding yourself with better musicians, better employees, better mentors. It's always so important to surround yourself with people who make you better and who bring you up, don't push you down.
I've been hanging around the wrong crowd.
It's all right. As long as you're around us, we're good.
I'm going to keep you around.
All right. We'll take you on tour with us.
You.
Come on.
Okay, Kenny.
Yes, sir.
This has been one heck of a show. I'm loving every second of it. But how can we get in contact with you to hear more of you?
Well, you can find us on Reverb Nation like everybody else, but we're Reverb Nation / Papermoon Gypsys, or you can go to our website, which is Papermoon Gypsy, not gypsies.com. Gypsies was already taken. I don't know why. Who could think of that name, right? I thought I had it wrapped up.
What are you going to take us out with?
We're going to take you out with a song that Maria wrote, and it's a God-loving song called Abide.
That's great. Abide with Papermoon Gypsys. Folks, this has been L.V. Smith of Sounds Within. We're looking forward to see you again soon, but we're going to bring him back. Have a great one. Peace.
We are the Papermoon Gypsys, and this song is called Abide.
Trust in how you believe. You carry me through all things. For you are my victory. So I will rest in you, Lord, under the shelter of your wings. Your promises are my refuge. I will not fear, for you will rescue me.
I'm James.
Hi, I'm Aaron.
Hi, I'm Anna.
I'm Jasper.
And together, we're Annalie and the Authorities. Come check out Elvie Smith's show on The
Sounds Within.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Hello, we're the group Alice, and you're watching the Arroyo channel. Stay tuned.